Quenesha McNair, and I am interested in sharing with you how to become a real estate investor. Very excited that you decided to join us today on this webinar. I don't take lightly any of the information that you will find value in that's coming from this webinar. So I really want to just say thank you so much for taking the time out to check out our webinar, and hopefully whatever you find that's valuable in this webinar will result in you increasing your income in 2016. Again, my name is Quenesha McNair, and I am an entrepreneur who has found great reward and opportunity in real estate investing. I actually have been investing now for about a little over 10 years. I purchased my first property back in 2005. It was a fixer-upper in Forestville, Maryland, right before the market crash. I was really excited to be able to go in, make some improvements, and sell the property for a profit in 2006. And I've been investing ever since. And, you know, what I love about real estate investing is that it allows me to be creative. It allows me to engage in very tenacious, a part of tenacity, a tenacious part of my personality, because it does require tenacity in order to close deals. It gives me the adrenaline rush that I love, but it also gives me the skills that allow me to know what it takes to build wealth and to build opportunity in the real estate investment industry. So this webinar was actually designed because this is something that I do. I'm very active as an investor, and I do it on a part-time basis, I would say. And as I was sharing this with my social media family a couple of weeks ago, I decided that I should probably, host a free webinar. And in me deciding to host a free webinar, it has taken weeks, I should say, days to get this product finished, but I'm hopeful that this video format is not only conclusive, but it gives you an opportunity to have a great introduction to how to become a real estate investor. So as my welcome message says, I truly get excited when I'm able to share a passion of mine. This aspect of my life has been on the back burner for a number of years, or in the background, I should say. I've always been active but not very vocal about it. But since I've been speaking more and actually training and mentoring people to become real estate investors and getting their feet wet in the industry, I've found great pleasure from showing people how to go from being very anxious and nervous and fearful of real estate investing to cashing their first check. So I hope that you all are taking notes and that you are excited about what you will learn in this webinar. Now, let me also just make sure that I establish expectations. This is not going to be a very subject matter specific webinar. Real estate investing is a vast topic. There are so many ways that you can engage in real estate investing. I'm going to go over the entire industry. I'm going to sweep through some information. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but hopefully I'll be able to give you some nuggets, just so that if you are just contemplating becoming an investor, you'll have some more insight as to what you should consider, what various avenues there are available to you, and how you can get the support and the resources that you need to be successful. So let's get started. First off, the million-dollar question: what exactly is real estate investing? Everybody's answer is different, but what I love about Google's answer, because I certainly am a fan of Google's response, is that it differentiates the purposes or the intentions behind the use of a property. If you're using a property as your primary or secondary residence, then that's typically a traditional real estate acquisition. But if you're planning to use the property to either generate income or to use the asset as an investment or for investment purposes, then you are involved in real estate investing. A lot of investors actually purchase properties to rent out, to gain passive income. Many of them acquire properties to fix up and sell, something that I mentioned earlier. Some of them acquire the rights to a property and then sell those rights to acquire the property at a higher premium to an investor. That's a wholesaling process. But the bottom line is they look at that real estate asset, they look at that home, and they don't think about how they're going to look inside of it or how their family's going to feel. They think about how much money they can generate from the asset. I say that so that I can keep my future rehabbers very humble-minded in the process of looking for a property. I remember one time going out with a potential rehabber, and every time he saw a property, he would say, "Oh, I wouldn't want to live in this," or "I wouldn't want to live in this," and he thought that it wasn't a good deal. But you got to keep in mind that if you're thinking about investing in real estate, it's not about what you feel and how you feel in the property, because your needs may be very different from the person's needs who actually comes about and purchases the property from you. but it's truly just about the formula. Do the numbers work? Is there an opportunity for you to realize a profit? Are you able to do it in a time frame that suits your schedule? And if all of those answers are yes, then you actually have your hands on a great deal. So keep that in mind. There are two categories in real estate. There's commercial and there's residential. And so all of the transactions that you engage in will either take place on one side of the house, either on the residential side or commercial side. Most investors get started in real estate investing under the umbrella of the residential side. So wholesaling, rehabbing, rental properties, etc., those are more available and oftentimes more practiced by new investors as residential transactions. There's a lot of inventory out there, people in your own network that may be interested in getting out of their property. You may come across abandoned properties in your community, et cetera, and so it's easier for you to access some of these distressed deals if you focus on investing in the residential category. Now, commercial is fun. I do a lot of note deals. I also have done some land deals before, and so it's really cool when you're able to kind of get involved in other aspects of real estate investing on the commercial side. But I encourage everyone to really get started because residential deals are so readily available to really take a look out have a lookout for all of the deals that are available in your market that are coded residential. And so what I did was showed you a little bit of some of the categories or some of the ways in which you can get involved in real estate investing. As I mentioned earlier, it is a very vast industry, so it's not just one conversation that you can have when you discuss real estate investing. You may be a wholesaler, someone who enjoys just really exchanging money for money is what wholesaling typically does. You acquire the rights to purchase a property or the option to purchase a property, and then you sell that option or those rights to an investor for a higher premium. It requires little to no money down, certainly no credit because you're not acquiring the property, but you do get to realize a commission, which is really fun. The average wholesale commission for residential wholesale deals is about $7,500 a pop, so not bad at all. Rehabs, obviously, is when you're able to fix up a property and sell it for market values. Rentals, you know all about that, accumulating properties, renting them out, and then even leveraging the equity that you have in that portfolio of properties for other bigger deals that you may be interested in doing. Note, buying the bad debt. A lot of bad debt is out there. People are defaulting on their loans, so being able to purchase groups of loans and then remodifying them and being able to generate passive income that way, or land deals, working with developers and leveraging your access to land so that they're able to pay you out and even partner with you to build something phenomenal for the community. My passion for real estate is really rooted in my desire to see communities thrive. For those of you who don't know me, I've actually been in love, infatuated with real estate development now for, I would say, at least 15 years. I have spent 10 years professionally in the real estate development industry on the corporate side and absolutely fell in love with how communities are totally beautified and enhanced, and the tax values are even stronger for properties as a result of an investor's involvement. And so, there's so many ways that you can engage in real estate investing. There are lease options, tax liens. I'm active with both of those. There are a lot of great things that you can do as a real estate investor, as long as you know that there are different avenues that you can, enter into, and also you should know your personality and what it is that you like and what it is that you want to bring to the table, so that when you choose your lane as a real estate investor, you're choosing a lane that best suits your personality. The reason why I wanted to discuss this piece, knowing your investor personality, the reason why that's so important is because every real estate investment transaction that you engage in is going to be a team effort. It's not just going to be you, but there's going to be a distressed seller. There's going to be a hard money lender, maybe. There's going to be some sort of agent or broker. There's going to be a title attorney. There's going to be an investor. And you want to make sure that you are able and capable of closing and executing on your end of the deal, so that all parties involved can realize the value and the benefit from this transaction in the same way that you desire to. And knowing your investor personality helps you to do that. If you're an individual who doesn't really like the stop and go and the high intensity of rehab deals where you have hundreds of thousands of dollars sometimes on the line with in debt with hard money lenders while you close out on the property and it has to be marketed and it has to sell at a certain price in order for you to realize your profit and not go in the red, et cetera, then maybe rehabbing isn't for you. If you're the type of person who just really enjoys passive income, you don't really want to deal with the asset, but you do want to deal with the monthly revenue that you can generate coming in through, developing some sort of relationship with the real estate investment industry and then generating a passive income, no deals may be for you. If you're the type of person who really enjoys just getting in and getting out and extracting cash and doing short-term deals and turning around money fast and you don't have a lot of money and you don't have good credit, then wholesaling may be for you. But whatever the case may be, you need to know who you are and what you like so that you are able to go into the real estate investment industry with an acknowledgement of what you bring to the table and what people can expect from you so that all of your deals close successfully. You want people to be pleased working with you. You want your investors to constantly call you and say, hey, you got something else for me? Because those individuals are going to be your most valued clients as a real estate investor, especially when they continuously come back and ask you for more. You're not going to have to even, honestly, I don't even have to market any of my deals because I have such a developer network or investor network of individuals who are constantly looking for deals. I'm able to shop within my network without even having to put them on the market. So it's really important that you know your personality. I came up with this really cute illustration, which we see it floating around social media all the time, that goes over Nicole and how she's been able to determine how her personality should play a part in what type of investing she chooses to do. So Nicole is a wholesaler. Nicole likes to travel. She's an adventurer. She likes money. She doesn't enjoy spending her dear time with property owner issues. She'd rather collect her profit and go. Nicole is smart. Be like Nicole. Now, the reason why Nicole is smart isn't because she's a wholesaler. Nicole is smart because she's identified who she is, and she's decided to become an investor that supports who she is as a woman. One of the things that my mentor said to me, Darren Hardy, a couple of years ago, is, and that's so important to remember, is that you have to incorporate your life plan. You have to incorporate your career plan into your life plan. A lot of times people decide how much money they want to make, what type of job they want to have, and they fail to realize the hours that they're going to have to put in, the grind, the gruesome just journey of becoming this person that they decided to be. When you don't incorporate a life plan into a career plan, your career is not sustainable. So if you're interested in sustainability as a real estate investor, be clear about who you are and be okay with it. I guarantee you there's an aspect of real estate investing that will definitely work for you. So let's talk about the difference between wholesaling and rehabbing. Wholesaling is really fun. Rehabbing is also really fun, and these are the two more common ways that people are introduced to real estate investment on the residential side especially. Wholesaling requires little to no money down. There's a 30 to 90-day turnaround. Typically, if the bank's not involved, if the bank's involved, you could definitely add on more months because of the administrative process that most banks require that you go through. So if a property is not owned free and clear by the distressed seller, then you likely will have to engage an agent, which you should probably have an agent or broker relationship anyway, and make sure that you are able to have someone speak to the bank on that seller's behalf for the purposes of acquiring the property at a discount. No ownership responsibility if you're wholesaling because, again, you're not purchasing the property. You're just acquiring the right for the option to purchase the property. And the same thing about credit. It doesn't require credit because you're not actually owning the property. Now, rehabbing is a little bit different. You actually will be making some sort of investment. If your hard money lender comes to the table with 90% of the money that's required to acquire and rehab the property in order for you to sell it, then you may have to put up to 10%. So it does likely require a 4 to 5 figure investment. There typically is a 3 to 6 month turnaround, sometimes longer, and having a general contractor who's self-funded, licensed, and bonded is really important because you want that person to be able to hold their own weight financially during the time frame that this property is being marketed so that when you go to the settlement table, you can tie up all of your expenses and take care of them in one transaction as opposed to really, finding yourself financially drained throughout the rehabbing process. You also want to make sure that you are ready to demonstrate financial credibility to your hard money lender because that individual will need to know that you are financially credible and able to be on the hook for the amount of money that they may need to loan you in order for you to close your deal. So just to do a really quick recap, we talked about what exactly real estate investing is. We also discussed the different categories in the real estate industry, commercial, residential, and some sample ways of different avenues that you could take in order to engage in real estate investing. We went over knowing your personality type and why that's so important, so that you can be not only a strong partner on every deal, but you can close each deal successfully. And we've also just recently discussed the difference between wholesaling and rehabbing, two of the more common ways to get involved in real estate investing. So let me just kind of give you a quick power takeaway, something that you should remember if you don't remember anything else. If you plan to become a real estate investor, it is very important that you develop your dream team. That dream team should be an individual, a group of individuals who are shrewd, tenacious, experienced, seasoned, professional, and who all have skin in the game. They want to see you win. They want to see the transactions close successfully, and they are willing to do their very best to make that happen. You will learn so much from this group. Your tribe, so to speak, will feed you, and they will make sure that you're crossing every T and dotting every I so that your deals are always closing successfully. So my dream team includes my broker, multiple title attorneys who specifically focus on investment deals. They do traditional real estate deals as well, but I love working with title companies who are investor friendly because they know the best ways to structure deals so that it is both legal and above board. GCs, general contractors, are really important because they can speak to you from an investor's perspective. They can tell you on a rough estimate of how much it's going to take to rehab a property so that you're able to price it correctly as a wholesaler, or they can partner with you and rehab the property and realize the profit as a general contractor. Real estate attorneys can help you really create win-win solutions when you're going after different properties. Depending on what aspect of real estate investing you are interested in, a real estate attorney will be more useful. So just keep that in mind, but making sure that all of your legal documents are in a row and that you are protecting yourself and doing everything above board. And certainly a strong accountant, an accountant that will teach you how to invest using your self-directed IRA, or where to place the money once you've actually made it so that you benefit from all of the tax shelters that are available. So I really break down, quickly just the role of the agent or broker and why this relationship is so important. This relationship is very healthy as long as the broker or agent that you choose is aware of real estate investing and what it takes. The reason why they need to have experience and awareness is because they will be able to bring you properties that aren't on the MLS system. They'll be able to help you understand how to structure your deals to protect everyone. And they also will be able to help you with, the various nuances that come along with just getting a deal to the settlement table so that it's prepared to close. If you're dealing with a broker or an agent who lacks experience as a real estate investor or working with real estate investors, then you may find yourself paying more or doing more to acquire property than you have to. So knowing that the relationship is only healthy as long as that person or that agent or broker has experience and exposure to real estate investors or as a real estate investor is really important so that you can save yourself time and money on the back end. All right? So now I want you to hear a testimony from one of my students. I actually have, as I mentioned earlier, I do some coaching and mentoring, training people on how to become real estate investors. And this young lady's testimony is really dope. She actually has been a part of the program, and she learned through the program how to find these phenomenal properties. And she decided to go out and use one of the methods that I taught, how to find a property on the internet using Zillow and sites such as those, and found a great investment deal, a distressed property. We met with the seller. We were able to get a contract signed, and as a result, she actually is now in the process of closing her deal. We have the contract signed. We have 4 investors lined up. We're working with the bank, and so we're just waiting on all of the paperwork to be finalized so that we can schedule settlement. And she's going to be closing on her first deal in February of 2016. And what I love about it, as I mentioned, is that most deals typically on average are about $7,500. So she's going to make a great income as a result of what she's learned. So listen to Deshauna's testimonial.
Everybody is grateful. I want to take some time to shout out Quenesha McNair and his team. Her and her team from day one, since I jumped into real estate investment, have been consistent, never dropped the ball, and really took time to ensure that I understood the process. I had a phenomenal 2015, almost there to closing my first deal, and looking forward to even back to 2016 with this team on my side.
Wonderful. So, what I'm excited about is the ability to help people with their real estate investment goals. And the reason why is because when you're able to work with a team, when you're able to work with a mentor, you're able to really benefit from the knowledge that they have that you just don't know yet, because you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you've never experienced. And so Deshauna actually, once she was able to get the seller on the phone, was able to listen to me, speak to the seller, answer their questions, answer questions about the contract, get the contract signed, and she shadowed me as I helped to negotiate the deal and really help her close on her first property. Why? Because that's what a mentorship is. And so I'm really excited that we've been able to do such a great job in 2015. The Dream Team and I have been able to close. Our investment transactions are valued at approximately $3.2 million. We helped to save 7 people from foreclosure. All of our properties were presented to investors for an average of 40% off. And 100% of our mentees either closed the deal or successfully completed their first deal. And when I say successfully completed their first deal, meaning that they were able to get a contract on a property, they were able to go through the process of developing the deal. They even found settlement attorneys and investors to get the other side of the transaction squared away. And there are always nuances that come up that may cause your deal to not go to close, which is a part of the industry. It's the cost of doing business. I don't want anyone to get nervous or intimidated if they've done a real estate investment transaction before and it didn't close. Guess what? We all have. That's the reason why we train you to keep a funnel ready, because not every deal is going to result in profit, but every deal will result in wisdom, and you will learn a lesson, and it will give you an opportunity to take that information to your next deal and realize the profit there. So that just the statistics of what my team and I were able to do last year, and we know that 2016 is going to be even bigger because we are so excited about sharing this information with others. So just to give you a little bit of insight, again, just about, where I am and what I want to make sure that I pose, the questions that I pose to you right now is, are you ready to make more money while learning a cool and lucrative skill? How fun is it to be a real estate investor? How fun is it to drive around your community and realize how you can take an abandoned property and turn it into a $10,000 to $20,000 profit? How cool is it to help people, save their credibility from foreclosure? How cool is it to be able to learn a skill that will never go out of style? People have been investing in real estate for centuries. And so you'll be able to learn something that is one of the pillars, I think, of wealth building while, also engaging in your normal day-to-day life. And many of you will have more confidence as becoming a real estate investor if you had a mentor or accountability. And so if you feel like this is you, if you feel like you were led to this webinar and you were led to this information because you're looking to do something different in 2016 and you want to work with a person who's going to help you see results, then I think that one of our 2 programs that we offer will be absolutely ideal for you. So if that is you, make sure that you email me within the next 24 hours, qnicolemcnair@gmail.com, because I want to offer you special pricing and discounts on our 2 mentoring and coaching programs. I'm going to explain those 2 programs in a second, but jot down this email address, qnicoleofrealestate@gmail.com. Again, qnicoleofrealestate@gmail.com, and in the subject line, make sure you type, I'm ready. All right? Let's hit me up in the next 24 hours because we're going to offer some special discounts and pricing for those people who take action. If you're planning to be a real estate investor, then you got to move with urgency, you got to be decisive, and you got to take action. So I look forward to seeing who's actually going to send that email. So while you're jotting down the email address, let me talk to you quickly about those 2 programs that I just mentioned. The first program is the Inner Circle program, and this program is really a program that was created due to the demand. It's available to anyone living in the United States. So you could be in California, Arizona, Georgia, New York, doesn't matter. You could be a part of our Inner Circle program. There is a monthly commitment, and there are 2 levels to the program. There's a basic level and a premium level, and you either choose an 8 or 12-month commitment. So either an 8 or 12-month commitment. Very simple. I only work with people who are serious. And so if you're serious about investing in real estate, you know that it takes time to develop deals and to get those deals to close. And I want to establish a realistic time frame. So 8 to 12 months, 8 or 12 months are the 2 time frames that you get to choose from. But let me tell you why this program is so dope and so unique. I guarantee you won't find a program that's better priced with as many resources as being provided anywhere in the market. As a matter of fact, I just attended a workshop this weekend, a program that I paid for this weekend, and I can tell you to work with on the commercial side, because I'm doing more commercial investing now, that the entry or the fees for that program ranged from $9,000 to $25,000. So I can assure you that these programs that I'm offering are much deeper discounted, and the reason why is because I, too, was once a newbie in the real estate investment industry, and so I didn't realize that one deal can make me $20,000 when I was making my investment to learn how to do these deals. So I really enjoy helping people get started because I find great pleasure in seeing them win and seeing them do something that they didn't think was possible. So in a Circle program, you get a monthly batch of distressed seller leads. These aren't leads that are available for public knowledge that are on the MLS system. These are leads that no one knows about. We are going to dig through the trenches, and the way that I train my mentees to find leads are the ways that I actually find leads. So not only are you going to get the training, but you're going to get a set of leads each month to work with, and those leads will be specific to your region, to your market. You're also going to get group accountability and group coaching, one-on-one unlimited email access to me so that I can help you answer questions, strategize, build up your confidence, do whatever is necessary to help you win. Because if your mindset isn't prepared to go through what's necessary to close your first deal, then we have to work to get you in a space where you're mentally ready for that, and we'll be able to do that through the coaching and the accountability. And you also, if you're a premium member, you get deal negotiation assistance. That's when I jump on the phone and talk to your distressed seller. I speak to your investor. I speak to your hard money lenders. I speak to your broker. I speak to your title attorney. I make sure that everything is in place, that all I's are dotted, T's are crossed, so that you can go to the settlement table and be successful. So that's the Inner Circle program. I'm really excited to offer that to everyone around the country. So make sure you reach out within the next 24 hours if you're interested in that program. Now, the second program is the Real Estate Investor Mentorship Program, or the Real Estate Investor Intensive. And it's a 60-day intensive practicum designed to teach you how to find and develop your own lucrative wholesale deals. And we deal with all types of deals, including rehab deals in this intensive, but we certainly focus on wholesaling because I want to see you close a deal within the time frame that we're going to be together. And so this program is so dope because we actually work while we are together. I'm not just giving you information. It's almost like a workshop where we're finding properties together. We're scouting properties together. We're out in the trenches talking to neighbors, talking to investors, talking to distressed sellers, on the phone with the bank. You're hearing me and the negotiation tactics that I use. We do role playing. You're able to see how contracts are generated. All of the various aspects of developing deals you are privy to and you take part in, and you get to pitch your deals to my personal and exclusive dream team, my investors, my broker, my title attorney, my general contractors, my crew. If you need anything, you have a group of resources available for you so that closing the deal isn't an option. We're going to close the deal. We just have to find great deals for the crew. And so I'm excited to share with you the Real Estate Investor Intensive Program, because I think that what adds this program normally for most people, you can do your research and you will find that I'm totally not even being facetious, $20,000 to $25,000 when you're talking about face-to-face time with a real estate investor who's going to teach you how to wholesale and flip properties and give you access to their network and their investors, they've taken the work away. So this program is truly meant to spoil you, and you should take advantage of it while the prices are great. So make sure that you send me an email so that we can discuss further whether or not this is a good fit. And this is a program that's exclusive to people who live in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. So let me share with you another testimonial of a young lady who also went through the intensive. She actually found her distressed seller in the program and was able to get a signed contract with that seller the very next day that the program ended. And what's so dope about her testimony is that not only did she close on her property, but she was able to realize a profit in excess of the amount that I said is the average amount as an investor on a wholesale deal. And what I also like about her testimony, which is so cool, is that she didn't realize when she was going through this program that she would become pregnant in a few weeks after the program ended. And so now her and her husband have a lucrative way of engaging or having more income coming in because they now know how to invest in real estate. She's working on her third deal. She has her second and third deal in the works, and I'm excited to continue to support her because as a member of that intensive, she has exclusive access to my personal dream team. So all she has to do is shop and develop her deals. She brings them to me, and we work together to get those deals closed. And so I would love for you now to meet Miss Ayana. Give me 1 second. I'm bringing it all up now so that you can see her.
I'm Wood, North America, and I just finished the real estate investor mentorship program. Here's my summary of the program. Boom. Your girl had a signed contract from a seller the very next day and finished the program. So I used the techniques that I was taught to find a deal in my network, and I found one before the program was even over. So the unique thing about this program is they don't just give you a graph of information and say, hey, go find a deal, go to the house, go home their house. That's not how this program works. They pair me with experienced real estate investors and wholesalers, and they walk you through the process to make sure the deal is closed and you get your check. You can't lose with a mentor like Quenesha, with her out-of-the-box thinking and, her, get-it-done attitude. It's infectious and encouraging at the same time. So if you're thinking about joining the program, don't hesitate. Just do it. You won't be disappointed.
Wonderful. And so I'm really excited for Ayana. Ayana's done a phenomenal job in this program, and I love the fact that we were able to help the owner of property prevent it from going into foreclosure. She was also very grateful for our involvement because she really felt at wit's end. The property had been on the market for months. She wasn't able to find anyone who was interested in purchasing the property and had really given up her hope, and the person, her agent that she was working with, didn't think that we could get it done. We were able to close on her deal in 3.5 months. We were able to negotiate with the bank. We had 2 investors lined up. One of them outbid the other. We closed on the property, and everyone walked away happy. And so these are just examples of, testimonials, people who have gone through the program and who've decided, you know what, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to learn a different skill. I'm going to be coachable. I'm going to go out and do the very thing that she's taught us to do. And they have now made money as a result of their being coachable and being a part of our mentorship program. So if either of these programs speak to you, whether it's the Inner Circle or the Real Estate Investor Intensive, please make sure that you reach out to me within the next 24 hours so that we can go over the special pricing and the discounts that are available. The Inner Circle is filling up. I'm so excited. We don't have an unlimited amount of slots available because I'm very keen on being attentive and available. So I encourage you to reach out immediately, operate in urgency, because we want to make sure that your slot is secured. So I thank you for taking the time to take a look at this webinar. I hope that something that you've heard in this webinar has been valuable to you as you engage in real estate investing. If you've decided that this is something that you're serious about, I truly hope that you reach out soon. And you can find me on Facebook or Instagram under qnicolemcnair. Please feel free to reach out or check out my website, qnicolemcnair.com. And you have both email addresses, my personal email address, qnicolemcnair@gmail.com, or qnicoleofrealestate@gmail.com if you're interested in either of those coaching programs. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Have a phenomenal day, and let's go make some money together.